So Anthony and I just started talking. We never, like, especially in the beginning, we were not, and this was too, I guess, maybe when we start talking and when I file for divorce, it's about maybe 6 weeks. However, Anthony and I just started talking, like talking about Penelope. I mean, we had 10 years of stuff to catch up on. I'm telling him, like, about, and then she turned 4, and this happened, and then she turned 5, and she loved princesses, and she had a princess birthday, and she was in a car show, and she did this, and she did that. We were just talking. Anthony and I started out when we were 7 and 10. We were like best friends, like ride or die. Literally started out, it's the story is actually so funny. This is not a plot thickener, but it started out like when I was 7. I actually had a crush on his brother. Like, me and his brother liked each other. And then the story is, we were working at this church event. It was like a tent meeting thing that we would do, where there would be like carnival foods and stuff like that. And so, like, one older kid and one younger kid got to work like each concession stand. And Anthony and I think we did popcorn, I think it was. And the whole time we're doing popcorn, he's telling me how his brother is like so lame and not cool, and he's so much cooler than his brother, and how I should like him and all this stuff. And up until that time, I had really just been Anthony's like wingman. Like, all the girls at the church liked Anthony, and so I would run around back and forth and like, oh my god, this girl likes you, this girl said to tell you this girl says to tell you this. And like, Anthony would tell me things to go back and tell the girls. And the whole time, we're just becoming like best friends. Anthony, when I tell you we were like best friends and we grew up together, this man would be like, he would act like he wasn't a man at the time. So I'm 7, he's 10. Like, I'll never forget, I'm 8, he's 11, and we're sitting there talking. He's like, did you brush your teeth? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what about your tongue? And I was like, what do you mean that I brush my tongue? He's like, did you brush your tongue? And I was like, why would I brush my tongue? He's like, you're supposed to brush your tongue. You see why it's white? He's like, you're supposed to brush it. And I was like, oh man, I didn't know that. Like, he literally taught me how to brush my teeth the right way. That's the kind of relationship that we had. That's the kind of relationship we still have. And we're just super close. So it started with us just talking. And it was like we were best friends again. He's telling me all the stuff he's going. He'd be like, I'm going out to this place. And we talked from November until we finally saw each other the first week of December. We just talked about Penelope, talked about life. I told him all the ratchet stuff I had done. And he was like, girl, you crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's like, you ain't changed one bit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. This was all before, like, I had like apologized to him. And I was like, I'm not sorry for this other stuff that I'm doing like right now. But for the stuff I did to you, I'm sorry for. So it just kind of like turned into something. And by January, it was full on like, we want to do this again. Like, Anthony was encouraging me, like, once I got divorced, to like get in other relationships. And I was like, all right, bet, cool. Like, you find me somebody, hook me up. And then it was just like, you're the only one I want to be with.